Morning. So first things, if you're ever in this area, this hotel I stayed in, the Valkyrie House Hotel, like genuinely one of the best hotels I've ever stayed in. The chef who was running it while I was here, got chatting to him, really lovely guy. The kitchen was closed, but he helped me get some food from like a takeaway restaurant close by in town. Got up early to make me breakfast, had a really good chat with him as well this morning. Such a lovely human being. So if you're ever around here, I can't recommend this hotel enough. It's day 2, got about 110-ish K today, I think. Should be quite fun. Bit of road to start with, going off road. After that, through Kilda, and then where do I go after that? And then basically, yeah, just carrying on. So going to get back into England today. Scotland will be kind of done after today. So yeah, weather's nice, better start, get riding. I know a lot of people are going to ask what this bike is, because it's a mountain bike. So I'm going to talk about it briefly. This is a Pivot Mach 4 SL, built up with a bunch of lovely stuff. Enve M6 wheels, front and rear. Front one built up with dynamo, as you can see. Rear one, under all that gubbins, is a Chris King hub. Finishing kit, so the handlebars, stem, TT extensions are from Enve. The seat post, dropper post, is a wolf tooth dropper post. And we've got a few little wolf tooth bits of bling here and there. This is wolf tooth's dropper lever, which for me with my dodgy hands is amazing because you can literally activate it in any single way you want. For those that you don't know, I have quite bad nerve damage in my left hand, so I can't grip very well. I can't do a lot, I don't have a lot of movement in it. So that's why on this bike it's very heavy with stuff on the right hand side, and on the left hand side there's basically the suspension lockout for the rear shocks. So right hand side you've got the shifting, XTR shifting here, brake, drop out, these little SQ Lab things, Argon grips. Left hand side is the frame, suspension lockout, SQ Lab hand thing, and Argon grips. Bags all from Tailfin. Because it's a full suspension bike, you're kind of limited with how much you can put in it. So I've got one of the medium-sized top tube bags here, and then all of my stuff is here in this aero pack, which has seen some adventures, shall we say. And then I've got one of the down tube packs there, which has basically got like tools and spares in it. On the bike itself, one water bottle, dyno plug, pump on the other side. Forks are Fox factory 34s, 120mm travel, so plenty of travel for when it gets really rough. And the one inside the frame is a factory float. It's one that's set up specifically for this bike, which is really cool. Group set, if you can see it. XTR, front crank, shifters, brakes, rear mech is an XTR mech. I think it's a 10 to 52 cassette, and then like a 34 chainring on the front. It's looking pretty abysmal at the moment. Rotors are just, I think, XT rotors. I needed 6-bolt rotors. They don't look as nice as the XTR ones, but they work in exactly the same way. Lights, exposure big boy, 2 exposure blazes on the back, 1 and 2. Little bag here for extra stuff. Gebiomized sleek saddle. That's what I've been using on everything, so I'm continuing to use it. And a bunch of Tailfin straps just around this, just to make sure it's secure, because this light is quite heavy and I've got it attached to one of these 76 Projects TT mounts. But I put these Tailfin straps here just to hold it in place a bit better, and the TT mount is velcroed on but also cable tied on for extra security. And yeah, it's a bit different to my other bikes. So it's a bit different to my other bikes, and the reason why I'm riding a full suspension mountain bike is ultimately, for me, this event, I'm doing it for fun. It's not a race, it's a rally. You know, there is a set route, but you can obviously alter it as you see fit if you need to. For me, this was about, you know, riding with other people, socializing, enjoying things, trying out a different bike that I've not really ridden before, and getting used to a full suspension mountain bike, because I haven't really ridden full suspension mountain bikes. I've ridden hardtails before, but not full sus. and testing up some setups and stuff potentially for future things. I'm not camping because I don't really have a lot of room on the bike, as you can see, to carry camping gear. I've got, you know, a change of normal clothes, electronics, hygiene stuff, pair of normal shoes, and some just layers in that Tailfin, which is, I've got big feet, shoes take up so much room. But yeah, for me, this event's been very much about like just enjoying riding with people. I'm not planning to do crazy days. I'm not planning to, you know, wreck myself. I'm just planning to have fun. And for me, having fun also incorporates visiting places like this hotel and just, you know, having a nice night here and meeting locals and people staying in the hotel. Yeah, so that's the bike. It's pretty cool. I am seriously impressed with it, and it's British gravel isn't really that gravelly. I'd hopefully you've seen from the video yesterday what some of the British gravel is like, where it is very much, I would say, closer to mountain bike terrain or mud. So the bigger tyres and the suspension does actually come in really useful, especially on some of the descents. It gives you a bit more confidence. We do have some nice gravel, I promise you, which you've seen in like Dirty Reaver or Gralloch, for example. Down in the New Forest there's some amazing gravel as well, but we also do have a lot of stuff on events like this where it is quite gnarly. I personally think the kind of perfect setup for an event like this would be probably like what we're seeing, this trend of gravel bikes is mountain bike tyre clearance, like 2.1 inch tyres, suspension on the front, drop bars, 1x setup, similar kind of gear ratios to what I've got anyway, but that's what I think would be the perfect kind of setup for this. A bit like my old drop bar hardtail, but that's still probably a little bit overkill in terms of the amount of travel in the front forks. So yeah, hopefully that thing is kind of useful to you. And yeah, cheers Pivot and Saddleback for helping out with this one. Very lucky. They've been, first of all, Argon 18 have been so supportive and understanding that I do want to ride a mountain bike and do some mountain biking stuff. They don't make a mountain bike. They're absolutely fine with me riding a mountain bike that obviously isn't an Argon 18. And so I asked if they had any, I asked if they were cool with me riding a Pivot, and they were like 100%. Pivot are an American mountain bike brand, sort of mountain bike first, probably more well known in downhill, I would say. But the Mach 4 is such a fantastically reviewed XC bike that, I'll be honest, is an absolute dream to ride. So it's been really cool that Argon 18 have been incredibly supportive of it, and it's great to have the support of Pivot via Saddleback, which are the distributors for Pivot, Enve, Wolftooth, Styrkr, City Shoes, Castelli, Sportful, Happy Tools, loads of really lovely products. Yeah, so feeling very lucky. Currently waiting for my mate Alex and Barry, because we're going to ride back onto the route together. They're staying a bit up the road.